Question number 10. Can human beings fathom God's innermost nature? Answer: no, they lack the aptitude to comprehend it. Question number 11. Will they ever be able to fathom the mystery of the divinity? Answer: when their spirits are no longer eclipsed by matter, and when they have finally purified themselves enough to be able to approach God, then they will see and comprehend God. Author's remarks: the inferior nature of their faculties makes it impossible for human beings to fathom God's innermost nature. While humanity is in its infancy, people often confuse God with God's creatures, imputing to God their own imperfections. However, they ponder the nature of things more deeply as their moral sense develops, and thus they acquire a truer, though always incomplete, idea of God that conforms more to reason. Question number 12. Even though we cannot fathom God's innermost nature, can we get an idea of some of the divine perfections? Answer: yes, some of them. Human beings comprehend them better only as they progressively overcome matter, but they can at least get glimpses of them through thought. Question number 13. When we state that God is eternal, infinite, immutable, immaterial, one, all-powerful, and supremely just and good, don't we have a complete idea of God's attributes? Answer: from your own point of view, yes, because you believe that in so stating them, you therefore have named all of them. Nevertheless, you should understand that there are things that transcend the intelligence of the most intelligent person, things your language cannot define, because it is limited to your ideas and sensations. Your reason tells you that God must be perfect in those attributes to the nth degree. For if God lacked any of them, or was not perfect in them to the nth degree, God would not be superior to everything else, and thus would not be God. In order to be superior to everything else, God must not be subject to any change and must not be imperfect in any way imaginable. Author's remarks: God is eternal. If God had had a beginning, then either God would have had to have sprung from nothing, or would have had to have been created by a being that existed previously. Reasoning in this way, we arrive little by little at the idea of eternity and the infinite. God is one. If there were several gods, then there would be no unity of design or power in the organization of the universe. God is all-powerful because God is one. If God were not powerful above all else, it would mean that there was something more powerful, or at least as powerful. It would mean that God might not have created all things, and those that God did not create would have had to have been the work of some other God. God is supremely just and good. The providential wisdom in the divine laws is revealed in the smallest things as well as in the largest. And this wisdom makes it impossible for us to doubt either God's justice or goodness.